Things. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for taking the time, joining in, coming to see what we're doing here at Donna's Things on this side of the camera. I really do appreciate it. Of course, if you are returning, you know my heart. I appreciate you and your time also. So this video is like part one of my second birthday make, but it was mentioned in regards to my plaid matching, so I don't go into a lot of detail. This is a simple pair of pants with elastic in the waist, so it's not a whole lot of detail to it. But in this video, I do show you how I took this plaid fabric, which you saw in my birthday haul, and made the McCalls 7198 pants. This pair right here, McCalls 7198. So you're just going to see the video's about 15 minutes long, so you will see how I matched up the plaid when I cut it out, and then of course you do hear me or see me talk a little bit about the sewing process. So hopefully it's something that will interest you, and if you're a beginner, it may make a difference to you. So I'm going to show you how I match up a simple plaid such as this pair of pants right here, and then I'll show you a little bit, or I'll talk to you a little bit about my sewing. Now, what I do a lot of times, not all of the time, because I'm not sure it matters with small plaids, but with these large plaids, what I have done is folded my fabric and over this way, and then this side, of course, I have folded over from that way. This way, I know the plaids match on either side. I can compare the lines and the notches on both pieces of the pattern. Also, like this is my back, this is my front. So what I also do, I use the line on the plaid to line up my grain line. So this arrow here that lets you know you're on the straight grain, I have used one of the lines in the plaid to do that. That's another reason I'm cutting on the right side of my fabric. And so I can see everything when I do this. So when I look at it, you probably can't really see, but here are the notches on the side. So there's a double notch here, and there's a double notch over here on the back. And that's because once you put the back and front together, these notches have to meet up. So I take the top of the notch. I know you can't really see it. The top of the notch is on this part or this design of the square. There's the top of the notch. So I made sure the top of the notch was there also. Now, this is the graded part of the black. This is the solid black. The idea is that when I sew them together, the graded part and the solid part, is that it's forming a pattern just like this: graded, solid, and so on. I can also tell by my adjustment line, this line that's in the pattern for when you want to lengthen or shorten is on the middle, in the middle of this plaid. So this line is going straight across here, and so is the one over here. That's the back, going straight across in the middle. So that's two ways, or this is how I know my plaids are going to line up. Of course, as I go down the pattern, there are no notches. Well, there's one set of notches here, so there's a set of notches here, and that same set of notches in the same place on this one. Now on here, what I'll do is cut it this way. Everything's even at the bottom. however much of the square is left at the bottom on one leg will be the amount left on the bottom of the other leg. So that's like the simplest way to make sure your plaids line up. You can make sure that they flow real even. Like when I sew the front crotch line together, depending on what it's looking like under here will determine if that pattern is going to flow across, or if it's going to be, it could be half of this black and all of, and all of the plaid. I haven't measured this out in that way. That would be a little more detailed. I can tell by the top of my waistband on here is at the top, right before the top of that plaid, and the top part of this waistband, the front, is right before that line. So everything looks the same. The corner where this one is and the corner where this one is, everything looks the same. So it's safe for me to go ahead and cut my pattern. Now you can get a little bit more detailed. I'm not saying that you can't, but the way this is, the fronts will line up, the backs will line up. So when you look at the back of the pants, my plaids will be going straight across. When you look at the front of my pants, my plaids will be going straight across. They may not have the exact pattern as far as the size of the plaid, but they will all be in one line. This is a pattern that was created in 2015. It's McCalls 7198. McCalls 7198. I made these pants many years ago. I know at least 7-8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. I made version D, and that's the one that I'm making now. So has the low waist that is elastic. I think it's elastic. No, it's actually just flat, front and back. But there is a zipper, if I'm not mistaken. There is a side zipper. But I'm using this pattern to make my birthday pants out of this plaid, yellow and gold, marigold, and black fabric. I showed this fabric when I showed you the fabrics for my birthday haul. This is the biggest piece I can show you because I had enough just for the front and back of the pants. Now, I've already cut them out. This is the wrong side. So I've already cut them out, but I am a stickler for matching plaids. And what I discovered today that I couldn't allow for it, I did not do it. I couldn't because I didn't have enough fabric. So here is what it looks like pinned. This is the side. And as you can see, my lines going across are going to match up really good. That's one side. That's the other side. So my lines going across are going to match up really good. But my front and back, now this is the front. I don't know. Wait a minute. This is the, nope. This is the front crotch seam. Now, the lines going across match really well. But these two, the lines match well, but if I wanted it perfect, this amount of square space would be the same amount of square space over here. So you see how this is larger than this right here. So I didn't have enough fabric. Otherwise, I would have cut one leg at a time Can I say I didn't have, yeah, I didn't have enough fabric, plus I didn't really think about it. But anyway, I'm not going to sweat it, but if you want your plaids perfect, however big one square is of whatever color, the other square should be the same size, unlike what I have right here. But I'm just happy that my lines going across the front are good. They go right on around, and they are good going across the back. Once I sew them together, my inner leg seam will do the same thing. So this is the inside leg, and the plaid is the same. Will be lining up. So I'm going to, it's a knit, it's a stretch knit, not a real heavy stretch knit, but it's a really nice woven knit, not woven fabric, but the way the threads were weaved. It's really nice. So I have pinned both of my sides. I have pinned my front crotch, my back crotch. I am going to sew those together, then serge them all. I'm going to try them on. Let me take that back. I'm going to sew both side seams together. I'm going to sew the front and back crotch, because at that point I can still make adjustments. I'll try it on, see how I'm looking so far. Then I'll go back and serge all 4 of those seams. Then I'll do my inside seam, and let's see if this has a zipper. Did it tell me to buy a zipper? Because I have plenty of zippers, so if it called for that in the notions, no, it didn't. So they really just pull up on you. Ooh, I better try them on. Okay, no, I'm so wrong. They have elastic. It's a flat front, but there is elastic there. Okay, now I better look at the guide sheet. You know that it's smart to look at the guide sheet before you even sew your garment. I'm thinking that I just know automatically, but obviously I didn't. So I will sew that front and back crotch seams. I will sew those side seams. Try it on, serge it. Okay, the elastic goes around the waistline, but it's not like a lot of gathering, so it's going to be a nice smooth look, which is what I wanted, because I wanted these pants to have like a legging fit, even though there is a little teeny bit of flare at the bottom. So let me go and do that now. Okay, side seam, they were a good fit. So side seam and serging is done, both sides. The front crotch and the back crotch is done, both sides. Plaid lines match up really, really nice. Yeah, yep. Everything matches really nice. Now the key is being able to get this. Now, if you sew your inside seams first, then of course I would have been able to make sure the inside seams were lining up too, because there's a possibility that they won't. So I'm pinning it according to matching the plaid, and let's see if I'm going to have to adjust. I think I am going to have to adjust my crotch seam, maybe just, well, no. It's just a teeny bit. The back crotch seam needs to be taken in just a little bit in order to be completely flat with this inside seam. Now it's only like 1/8 of an inch, so I'll do it. If it was more than that or more than 1/4, then I would just have to let the plaids not match up, because then I would be shortening my crotch too much. It wouldn't even fit. So for it being about 1/8 of an inch, I will go ahead and take that in. But These pants is nothing to them. Your two side seams, your front and your back crotch seams, your inside leg seam. Then you they're knit, so if you want to hem them on the machine, you can. If you just want to you know, serge around them and leave the bottom, whatever works for you and stuff. But that's all that it was to these pants. Front, back, side seams, your inside, your inner seam. In this case, we matching these plaids so you can't move quite as fast. These are pretty large plaids. Somebody called it a checkerboard, and I said, yep, absolutely right. And it looks just like the board I would be moving pieces on. So this is all you have to do. I'm going to fix this inside seam real quick. I'm just going to take it in and even it out. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm going to start from the bottom of the crotch, that 1/8, and then you know, ease it on out to line up with the seam that's already there, because the pants fit. I don't need them any tighter. After the inside leg is sewn, then it's time to put the elastic. I am going to read it really good because I want to do the elastic that's right on the edge and then it just turns over. But I'm going to check to see what the pattern says. And then these legs came out even, like the seams are even. I'm going to make sure both of the plaids are in the same place on the bottom, like this dark, you know, just so that this lines up. I don't know how to explain it. It is lining up. See what I mean? How each leg, this one has all of this square and then this piece, and the leg here has same thing, all of that square and then that piece. So that means that all I have to do is hem the bottom of them. No cutting, no adjustment. I don't even have to measure them, because when I cut them, they were the length. My inseam is usually 29, and when I cut, it was a 29. So these have a little flare at the bottom, which is good because they're going to kind of be boot length. This way I won't have on high water pants. And that's pretty much the look that I wanted to go along with the vest. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish these pants, and I will see you when I show you how I paired them up. So as you can see, it was really a simple process of putting the pants together. I chose to show you that in this particular video because it's a large print. This plaid that I use is a very large print, so you could see it as far as what I was showing you a lot better. This is a very simple pattern. It has a front and a back, elastic in the waist, so it wasn't a whole lot to it. It's really just to say to you, don't be afraid to match up patterns. If you are a beginner and you want to give it a shot, try this pattern. The pants are really cute, easy to make, but the key thing is the plaid pattern in that fabric. The plaids are very large, so they're not hard to line up, you know, but don't be afraid of that. You can do it. It takes a lot of time, sometimes more time than you want to put in it, but it can be done. So I do have a video following this one where you can see the pants in their full glory, along with a top and a vest that I made to go along with it. It is actually my birthday make number 2. I'm showing birthday garments for the month of November, and this is birthday make number 2. So you will see this video titled birthday make number 2 part 1, and then of course there'll be birthday make Number 2, part 2, where you will actually get to see these pants and the other garments in their full glory. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hit that like button, share my channel, subscribe if you will. I really do appreciate it. However, ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.